Greetings everybody, Triple F Firestorm here and back for a video. We're here to talk about the trailer for Age of Extinction. Now, I've got a few pictures that I'm going to hopefully be putting up somewhere in the corners or maybe somewhere on this screen. They will be appearing. Now, the first picture is this picture. Now, this is like 3 seconds into the little mini clip trailer. It appears to be a, obviously, Cybertronian ship. Looks like it's either landed or maybe crashed, but there's definitely a lot of smoke and damage there. Obviously, you've got some sort of, looks like a house there, maybe a farmhouse. But interestingly is the Transformer walking up the road. Now, I'm not sure who this guy is. At first, when I first saw it, I thought it looked like Prime. I was thinking maybe Nemesis Prime, because I've heard rumours Nemesis Prime might be in the film. Some people think it's Lockdown. Some people think it's possibly Galvatron. Personally, I'm not sure who it is, but this clearly must be quite an important moment in the film, as you appear to have had a Cybertronian ship land, and clearly you've got this Transformer walking up the road. Now, most likely it's a Decepticon, because I don't think an Autobot would land in the middle of a road like this. So we have to assume this is some sort of Decepticon. Whether it's Lockdown or Galvatron, we don't know. Time will tell. So that's the first picture. Now, next picture. Bringing up the next picture. Hopefully, it will be there. We've got Prime. Now, new look, obviously. His face has been redone. I imagine his body's been redone. Looking a lot more Cybertronian in his face, is the word I can describe it as. I've obviously, if anybody's seen pictures on the Empire magazine, they did release a picture of his battle look, which looked very battle-like. We'll probably see more of Murder Prime, as he's been dubbed. Obviously, because that's what he is in the series, really. I mean, speaking of Murder Prime, in a sense, I mean, I suppose if we go by the 80s G1 stuff that we all know, yeah, okay, that isn't Prime, he's not Murder Prime, he is the pacifist, he is the guy who does not want to fight. But if we go by the movie version, the film version, the live-action Prime, we can pretty much say that he's a veteran of war, he's fought wars, so we could probably forgive him for being Murder Prime and being quite aggressive and just slaughtering Decepticons. So anyway, in this scene, it appears to be a bit of a... He's looking up the road, he's got a pretty serious look on his face. Is he looking at this Transformer that's walking up the road after apparently landing the ship? So is it Galvatron? Is it Lockdown? Or is it somebody else? Right, next picture. Gunface. As people are dubbing this particular character, Gunface, as his face literally seems to turn into a giant cannon. Now, a lot of people are speculating, is this Lockdown or Galvatron? Personally, I think it's Galvatron, because obviously, as we all know, Galvatron turns into a cannon, and the fact that this guy's face turned into a cannon is quite amusing. It's actually pretty interesting. So, are we dealing with a triple changer? Are we dealing with maybe a weapon? Sorry, a headmaster or a target master maybe? But whoever this guy is, he clearly has a face that turns into a cannon. Next clip, next picture. Interestingly, I believe has some reference to what's just happened there. Here we can see Prime clearly getting shot from behind. Now he is also on the road. Now I'm getting the feeling a major event takes place on this road. Because if you look at the last 3 clips, you've got a Cybertronian ship landing and an Omnimus Transformer walking out of the dust and debris. You've got Prime looking really serious. You've then got the Transformer whose face turns into a gun / cannon, and now you've got Prime clearly being shot from behind. In fact, in this image, if you look carefully, you can kind of see the bullet, the large projectile. So obviously, that's serious. I mean, is Prime going to die? I've heard he will die in this film. To just get injured? Again, only time will tell. Right, next image. We've got this image. Now, again, this appears to be taking place on a road. I don't think this is the same place as the last image is. But we've got a car, and I'm assuming a Decepticon. Now, what I find interesting about this Decepticon is when I first saw this Decepticon, I thought, is it Starscream? But it's clearly not Starscream, it's just Starscream dead. Now, some people are saying that this is Swoop in his robot mode. And if you look at the design, he might well be. I mean, interestingly, you've got some sort of centre of the chest, which, to be fair, looks very much like the power source from Gypsy Danger from Pacific Rim. It looks very much like that. I don't know what that is. Is it a weapon? Is it, I don't know, maybe a damage? Or maybe it is some sort of power source. But you've clearly got this Transformer, and whether it's a Decepticon or an Autobot, I'm not too sure. I'm thinking maybe a Decepticon, but some people said it could be Swoop. Now, it's clearly got a knife thing, and as we see later on, he cuts that car in two. So whether or not that car is a Transformer, or just an innocent non-Transformer car that is being attacked, again, only time will tell. So, personally, I'm not too sure who this guy is, but he looks interesting. Could be Swoop, maybe a Decepticon, maybe a Transformer. Again, time will tell, folks. Right, on to the next image. Clearly, Cybertronian ships coming over Earth. That's pretty much obvious. Whether or not this is some sort of invasion, maybe, or it's some Autobots arriving, or Decepticons arriving, and maybe, well, actually, I don't think it'll be the Dinobots, but again, only time will tell. But it's clearly Cybertronian ships. Next image. Now, this one really interests me. It appears to be Prime hanging upside down, and I think they're on Cybertron. Now, on this image, there is clearly another Transformer just to the side, who appears to be standing there maybe looking at Prime. Now, is Prime being held captive? Is this some sort of Decepticon thing and he's being held captive? Now, I don't know if you can see this probably, but it appears Prime has been held by one of his legs upside down by some sort of claw thing maybe. Now, this clearly doesn't look like Earth. And I have heard rumours that there will be something or some scene in the film on Cybertron. So whether or not this is it, I'm not too sure, but it definitely does not look like they're on Earth. I'm not too sure who the Transformer is off to the side. You know, in my perspective, that would be the left. But either way, there's clearly a Transformer standing just off to the side, and it appears to be looking at Prime. Now, Prime, as we know, has been held upside down, being held captive. So is this some sort of scene on Cybertron? Is he being held captive by Decepticons? Maybe it's a flashback during the war? Again, time will tell. So that's a really interesting image I'm finding. Next image. We've got Crosshairs. Now, clearly, this is looking interesting. We've got Crosshairs parachuting into a city. We've got two machine gun type things in his hands, shooting something. Don't know if it's Decepticons or ships. Behind him is clearly a Cybertronian ship. Now, so far some of these scenes, they really look like you're borrowing from Dark of the Moon. It looks like you've taken the concept of Dark of the Moon, the invasion of the Decepticons into this city, which we all know is practically taken from G1, and you've reworked it. Because this is what it looks like to me. I mean, you've clearly got Crosshairs, Autobot, jumping into a city by parachute. He's shooting something, maybe it's two ships or two Decepticons, who knows, but clearly a Cybertronian ship behind him. So, on to the next clip. We have got a car driving away, explosions, and a Transformer. Definitely a Decepticon, I'm thinking. Now, this Decepticon, now some people have said it may be the black truck we've seen, the big shiny black truck. You can't really, there's nothing really distinctive that I can see, but if you do look carefully, you can make out what appear to be truck wheels. So maybe this is this truck. I mean, no one knows who this truck is. I've thought Nemesis Prime, Motormaster. There's been other theories. I mean, some people said maybe it's Ultra Magnus, but I don't know if it'd be Ultra Magnus. I don't know if that'd really work in the colour scheme. But clearly we've got something going on here. Maybe a battle and humans trying to get away. And we've got this big Transformer clearly causing havoc. So possibly a Decepticon. Moving on to the next image, everyone. Last three. Probably the most interesting images. We've got clearly a battle in the city, Bumblebee, and this two-headed dragon guy. Now, we're thinking either this is Swoop, but it looks more like a two-headed dragon to me. So I'm wondering, is it Predacon? Is it a Predacon? But it's clearly looking like a battle. Maybe Bumblebee's jumped up into the air here, maybe he's trying to attack it, maybe this creature's trying to grab him. But it definitely looks like it's got two heads. It's definitely some sort of winged beast, so I'm thinking either Swoop, a Predacon of some kind, maybe it's Predacon. But it's definitely an interesting image, one of three interesting images I have. So clearly a big battle going on, two-headed dragon type thing, maybe Swoop, maybe Predacon. We don't know for sure. Now, this is one of my personal favourite images. Grimlock. This is probably the last few seconds of the clip, and you get to see Grimlock with Pram sat on him wielding a sword. And now the swords apparently are a major point of the film. The images of them were released early on a few months ago, including one of the main characters, one of them strapped to his back. So these two swords are clearly important in some way. It's been suggested one of them might be Grimlock's sword. Not too sure about that, but here we have Grimlock. We clearly have Prime sitting on Grimlock, wielding a sword, maybe egging someone on to fight him, maybe saying, let's go and fight now, Grimlock. Who knows? Now, an interesting point people have made is that Grimlock's eyes are red. Now, in the live-action verse, that usually means the character's evil. Are we led to believe Grimlock is evil, or is he a separate, or the Dinobots a separate faction in this film? But I do like the look of Grimlock. I mean, clearly he's not based off a T-Rex, he's based off something else, but clearly you can tell by Prime, Grimlock is big. I mean, good 3-4 times bigger than Prime. And I've heard we will get to see his robot mode, but it's only going to be maybe once out the entire film we'll see his robot mode. But I'll admit, I am liking the dinosaur robot Grimlock. I'm loving the look, the live-action Grimlock look. It's very menacing, it's definitely suitable of Grimlock. Obviously, we're all wanting to know, what will Grimlock sound like? Will he sound like he does in the G1 series? Will he sound different? Will Greg Berger be voicing him? Many, many questions, but I am liking that image. That is a very nice image. It certainly gives you a good look at Grimlock. Also, it reveals the truth that, yeah, Prime will be riding Grimlock. So also, will Bumblebee be riding one of the Dinobots? Because apparently Bumblebee will ride one as well. Now, last image of the day. We've got Prime and Grimlock breaking out somewhere. Looks like some sort of maybe old ruin or temple. And obviously, apparently, a lot of the film shot in China, especially involving the Dinobots. So we've got Prime bursting out with Grimlock, almost in like a charge position. So is he attacking someone? Is he going somewhere to battle? Maybe this is the scene where Prime masters Grimlock. Maybe Grimlock's just a character who has no allegiance, and Prime earns the right to ride him, and they become partners for a time. And this scene is clearly one of going somewhere, or going to do something, or something is about to happen. But I'm definitely thinking that this scene highlights something important about Grimlock and Prime. Don't know yet. Time will tell again. But that's the last picture I've got. Now, in regards to my thoughts on all this, I'm thinking in one way it looks very interesting. We've got live action Dinobots, we've got possibly Galvatron, we've got some interesting looking scenes there. However, some of the scenes really do look like they're coming straight out of Dark of the Moon. So is Bay, with it apparently being his last film, we were told this before, it wasn't. We don't know if this is going to be his last film for sure. But anyway, is Bay trying to fix past mistakes? Is he simply going to take what should have been Dark of the Moon and put it into Age of Extinction? So are we going to have big battles but make them effective of how we want them? So are we going to have Dinobots fighting Predacons? Are we going to have Galvatron showing up? Are we going to have Cyclonus? I mean, do we have Nemesis Piranhas? That's a rumour. At this moment in time, this 38, 39 second clip gives us a bit of a taster. It's interesting. It's certainly going to create some interesting ideas, some thoughts, reviews, analysis. We'll see what else people put up on YouTube, what else comes. We've got the 1 minute trailer coming up in the next week or two, I believe. So we'll keep an eye out for that. So for the moment, this is Triple F Firestorm saying peace out. I hope you enjoyed my little thoughts analysis video. And have a good afternoon or morning, and give me your thoughts. Peace out, guys.